The White House said the two leaders discussed Israel's military campaign in Gaza, including targets and stage. Joe Biden, President of the United States, said that he did not want a ceasefire. A telephone conversation between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the war between Israel and Hamas. Gaza and Hamas. I had a long speech with Netanyahu today, and this was a special conversation, he said on Saturday. Later, he said that the White House Biden and Netanyahu include Israel's military campaign in Gaza in goals and stages. Biden emphasized critical need to protect civilian population, including those who support humanitarian aid operation, and to allow civilians get away from ongoing struggle areas safely. The call between two leaders arrived one day after a decision of the United Nations Security Council called scalaning of aid for Gaza, but he called for a ceasefire or pause in weeks. The decision, which demanded Gaza in scaling the safe and unhindered life-saving assistance to Gaza, was stuck on statements of elementary members and toning some provisions in Washington's insistence. The United States and Russia have avoided the vote that would be close to the Nile. This decision was irrigated to point that the impact civilians in Gaza on lives of civilians in Gaza would be almost meaningless, said Euppy Benoit, director Doctors.Said. Israel's prosecution of this war causes great death pain among Palestinian civilians. With the support the U.S. support, and inconsistent with international norms laws, he said. The United States also guaranteed that Israel will continue to play a role in the supervision of delivery, and opposed the request to create an UN monitoring mechanism for assistance. Netanyahu said, expressed his appreciation for his attitude at the UN on Saturday. More than 200 killed in 24 hours. Israel continued to Gaza for about 80 days and more than 200 people have in the last 24 hours. Gaza's Ministry of Health said that death fee since the beginning of attacks has risen to 20,258 on Saturday, and that most women and children are. According to the UN estimates, the war displaced 1.9 million of Gaza's 2.3 million population. The UN described the situation in Gaza as beyond disaster. Residents are struggling to find food, fuel and water while living in crowded shelters or tents. In a mission in X, UN-Palestinian Refugees Aid Agency said that when Israel's ardment of Gaza is on the continuation of it could not provide meaningful help. UNRWA spokesman Tamara Al-Rifai, at a press conference on Saturday, said, politics is extremely tragic for 2.2 million people to survive in Gaza. He said,